What's up, guys? We're here with Mr. Mel Martin in sunny Southern California, here for another fantastic podcast. Mel, how you doing?
I am fantastic, and you're about 400 miles south.
And I tell you, it's cold as shit. It's getting into ski season here right now, so it's
I, I am I'm perplexed by that. I have this, of course, it's a limited perspective because whenever you talk about snow in winter, I'm thinking, how is that possible in Australia? Isn't it all freaking beach and koalas? I don't understand that, but I guess I keep forgetting you live on the bottom half towards the equator, or towards the South Pole.
yeah, I'm like a 3 hour flight away from Antarctica.
I mean, can you see? I mean, oh wait, that's North Pole, but I don't know. Can you see polar bears from where from your rooftop, or what's the deal? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I'm like not that close, but we get we get them southerly winds from the polar bear on the ice cap standing there looking out at
Chilly,
the mist. He's
chilly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's chilly. It's chilly.
All right. All the more reason that's relevant to our topic today, where you got to be effective and efficient in your workout. And in 15 to 20 minutes, you got to heat up your body and get a great workout on the go, right? Simplicity.
Absolutely. Also, as well, like we've had a lockdown here that's had the gyms be shut for like nearly 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And at the gym that I'm going to currently, they've got a ticket system where when you walk up to reception, they're only allowed to have it's changing tomorrow, but they only were allowed to have 50 people in the room at any one time. Um, and then you go to reception, they give you a ticket, you take your ticket, you're only allowed 45 minutes in the gym, then you got to hand your ticket back, and then there's like always a permanent queue outside the gym of
Oh,
like
wow.
15, 20 people, right? So I'm walking in there, she's like, "Oh yeah, you're only allowed 45 minutes," all this kind of shit. And I'm thinking 45 minutes,
The hell?
that's
Yeah. What are you going to do?
what can I do in 45 minutes? Like, and then 20 minutes into the 45-minute workout that I was allowed, dude, I was fucked. I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Because
Sure.
I hadn't been like lifting heavy for like six
Sure.
odd weeks. So if someone says that you can't do a really good workout in 20 minutes, it's actually not true. You can actually do a lot of damage in 20 minutes.
You could do a lot of damage in 12 minutes,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I'm not just throwing out a number there. I'm literally in 12 minutes. You
Mm.
can. So if you want to break this down into how to do it, it sounds like there's two environments, right? We have the gym environment and a non-gym environment. So let's just say non-gym environment is body weight calisthenics. You're in an apartment. You don't have shit. You don't even have gallon milk cartons that you can use for dumbbells. Nothing. You got nothing, right? So this, I believe that the simplest way is to use 10 down to one system or 20 down to two system. So for example, if you are beginner to intermediate, you can do 10 push-ups and then uh, 10 sit-ups, followed by 10 air squats, followed by 10 leg raises, followed by 10 jumping jacks, followed by 10 burpees with minimal rest in between.
Hmm.
And then you go back to the beginning and you go 9 push-ups and so on and so on and so on. And then you go back to the beginning, you go 8, so on and so on and so on. I promise you that'll take you about 15 minutes. And I guarantee you it's an incredibly effective workout. And it doesn't matter what the exercises are. You can go 10 jumping jacks, 10 speed skaters, 10 reverse lunges, 10 push-ups, 10 crunches, right? If your low back can handle a sit-up. And then let's see. Uh, yeah, you could do 5 exercises. You could do 10 exercises. It doesn't matter. It just depends on what your fitness level. Let's say, okay, somebody who has zero fitness, 10 push-ups off a counter, right? Okay. 10 high knees walking in place. Okay. Back to the counter, 10 planks. Okay. And then stand back up. And instead of doing a full bent over speed skater, you do it upright and you just shuffle from side to side. And then back to the counter again and do 10 push-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can do that.
Yeah, you're going to be wrecked. You're going to be wrecked.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
I think especially with fitness and the way that like exercise is marketed to the public, like it's almost done in a way that makes people believe that if they don't have a lot of equipment or if they don't
Mm,
have access to a gym, then there's almost like no point in even doing a workout. But it's
right.
completely false. Like you can do massive amounts of damage and get a really good workout, just
Mhm.
using stuff in like at home in the kitchen. Like you can do a reverse chin up underneath the coffee table and lie on the floor and
Yeah,
pull your
yeah.
body up to or underneath a chair and use that for your
Hmm.
back and then flip around and do push-ups.
Hmm.
So
Inverted rows. Yeah, you can.
all you need is to give yourself, like, I would challenge even the most fittest person who thinks they're like an elite level to do 15 minutes of 10 exercises really fast, like Mel just outlined. Like, you're going to find that you're going to be out of breath really quickly.
Hmm. You can even take 5 exercises instead of reps, go by time,
Yeah.
right? Hold a plank for 30 seconds and then, you know, do a bridge for 30 seconds, right? And then do a side plank for 30 seconds. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do. You could put your feet up on the counter, right? Put your feet up on the counter and put your hands down on the ground so you're backwards, you're this way,
Mm.
right? And hold a push-up position in a 90-degree elbow for 30
Yeah.
seconds. That's freaking hard. Are you kidding me? That's already
Mm.
halfway through being inverted,
Yep.
right? You know what I mean? So there's always ways. And you're only as limited as your imagination.
And I think a lot of people just don't begin stuff like this because they feel like they're not at a particular fitness level that they used to be at. Like, example, one
Mm-hmm.
of the most efficient things that you could probably do is go out to any oval or field or any green area and try and do some sprints, whether that's like
Mm-hmm.
20 yards or 60 meters, just sprinting up and walk back, sprinting up and walk back.
Mm-hmm.
And people sometimes they want to do stuff like that, but they won't do it because they're like, I can't sprint. And it's like, you don't have to sprint. You just go what sprinting is for you, for your level right this second, whether that's like just a little bit faster than a quick jog or a little bit faster than like a power walk. If you did that for 10 times every second day, in 6 months, you're going to be at a point where you will be able to sprint and you will be able to go at full pace, regardless if you're like 30 or 50, 60.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that people either don't think they give themselves that start to actually go, you know what? I've got permission from myself to begin it. Even though I'm starting at a shit level that I'm not comfortable with, it's all about just being consistent with 15-minute blocks of doing sprints every second day.
I love that you use that example because there's no better or easier way to discover what your stride is unless you do a sprint,
Mm.
right? Because when you're fully open, that's when your stride actually works. And I did this stride test on a treadmill with this kinesiology department here at Sacramento State University. And they put you on a treadmill, gradually going up for like 30 seconds and it's full on, and you can see you can see your gait. Your
Yeah.
gait is when you're fully open, right? And you can only get there if you're in a full sprint. You can't do it slow. Jogging is like restricted. It's very restricted. Because you're purposely not going fast. But if
Mm.
you truly want to understand your sprint mechanics, you have to run full on.
Mm.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
only then that you can correct how your body should be. Whether you're a forefoot striker or a heel striker, that's all. That's kind of preference. But when you're sprinting, you should definitely be a forefoot striker because you should be falling forward as you're
Mm.
sprinting, right? So sprints are fantastic. And again, it's a person imagining, oh, go sprint. Well, I'm not, Usain Bolt. No, we're not asking you to be. No, that's not. No,
Yeah.
get that image out of your head. Just start with a slight jog, pick up speed, and then at about the 10-yard mark, go as fluid and as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And then walk yourself back after 30 yards, if that's the span of distance you can handle. Like you and I, we could probably do it for 40 to 50. By the time we even slow down, we're at the 50 yard mark, right? I think you guys would use meters, right? And then you walk back And that time to walk back is actually just as productive, right? Because you should be telling yourself, you should be speaking into your body, I'm going to run more fluid and easier, not harder. I don't want to run
Mm.
harder. I want to run easier. Okay, so let's repeat it again. First 5 yards is a slight, it's a light walk into a jog, fall forward and go.
Mm.
Like
And
anything, you got to practice it, right?
there's nothing wrong with doing it once, waiting till you've had a full recovery and going
Mm,
again. Because
agreed.
out of that 20 minutes, the total amount of time that you're exercising or like you've got that intensity, it might only be 3 minutes out of that 20
Mm-hmm.
minutes, and the rest of the time is rest.
Right.
So, and I think that's another reason why people don't do those short workouts because they feel like, oh, I'm going to be fatigued and it's going to be hard and I'm going to be in pain. But in reality, out of that 20 minutes, you're only really in activity for like less than 4 minutes.
That's right. That's a maximum amount of heart rate you're shoving into your body, right? And if you're not able to do that, let's just say you're physically not able to do that, walking a mile in 20 minutes is an accomplishment,
Mm.
right? Because I have a power walk for 2 miles that I can do in 30 minutes. That's a 15-minute mile pace. My run pace is a mid 11, right? So if you can walk 2 miles in 30 minutes, I mean, that's 15 minutes. You're moving. And I'm only 5'5", 5'6",
Yeah.
right? So, even that's an accomplishment to walk for 20 minutes. I dare anybody who's in shape or not or whatever to try that. If you can do 20 minutes, that's a good baseline. Then you want to challenge yourself to do it for 19 and then 18, right? That's a productive 20 minutes right there. And then someone's going to ask, well, how do I know how far 20 minutes is? You walk out for 10 minutes and you turn around and walk back for 10. And there you go. You're right back where you started from. You're at your house, right?
And another good one for the gym, like especially for people that have access to a gym, is
Mm,
we used to always go by like a philosophy of push pull leg, which is
mm-hmm,
every major body part that you've got. So like a pushing movement, a pulling movement towards your body, and a leg exercise.
mm-hmm.
So if you split like 7 minutes of like a chest workout, 7 minutes of a back workout, 7 minutes of a leg workout, that's your 21 minutes right there. And if you did
Mm-hmm.
that every second day, and in the middle of those days, if you either went for a walk or you did some sprints, you're going to be in good shape.
Heck yeah, you are. You've got a mixture of high intensity and low intensity, which means your recovery is going to be awesome.
Mm.
It's going to be awesome. Your walking or sprinting days are going to flush so much blood into your body and your circulatory system is going to improve. By the time you get to your next workout day, your body's trying to pump more weight. Totally easy.
And I think it's one of those things that I don't think people really actually are aware of how beneficial that small amount of time dedicated to doing fitness affects every other part of your life. If you've got things that are stressful due to work, family, commitments, study, career, all those things, as everyone knows, naturally get turned down with a really good, short, sharp workout.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to extinguish stress out of your body, right? It really, really doesn't. It really, really doesn't, right? So if you're going to do the was it push pull leg drive, you can do that two ways. You can break it up, like you said, 7 minutes of pushing, 7 minutes of pulling, and 7 minutes of legs. And each 7 minute period can contain minimum two exercises, minimum. So two push, two pull, two leg. Or you could just do a giant set of three exercises encompassing all three motions, right? So you got a flat dumbbell press or barbell bench press, right? Either a barbell row off the ground or a dumbbell row, right? Okay, if you could do that, anybody could do that, right? And then either a deadlift into an overhead press squat combo, which is fantastic.
Mm.
That is like the ultimate multi-jointed motion compound movement there is, right? Okay, or single dumbbell snatches if you're advanced enough to do that, right? Goblet squats or barbell squats or push presses, right? Where you got a barbell in front and you sit. My favorite actually is it's a modified bear complex where you do a push press over your head, bring the bar behind you, squat down, back over, and then front squat again. I love
Ooh,
that. Oh,
nasty.
I love that. If
Yeah,
you can get to 10 of those or 5 or 10 of those, man, your heart will be ready to come out of your body. Those are two different methods of utilizing 20 minutes. Very easy.
absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Cool, Mel.
yeah.
Till next week.
Yes, short and sweet. No pun intended.
See you then.
Till next week, guys. Take care. Happy pumping.